Hi there all. We're just getting set up here at Insomnia 72 for the opening matches today. We have three military teams. So we have RGN Blades, we have the RAF esports, and we have the veteran gamers competing in Pool A. And in Pool B we have teams from Lawtender, from TigressX, and Hardly Athletic, featuring the One-Handed Gamer. So these two pools are going to be battling it out over the next little while we're playing. So for those who haven't seen how we do things here, HADO is an augmented reality sport. Each player has got a disc that appears in the air in front of them, which you'll see in a moment as you flip over to the court side. And that's what the opposing team are trying to destroy. You can destroy it by throwing energy blasts across the pitch to strike the opponent and destroy that marker. You avoid getting hit by moving. So you run, jump, duck, whatever you feel like to get out of the way. You can also raise energy shields in the air for defence, but they only last for a small amount of time or stop a few hits before they come in. So we're looking for nice, quick gameplay. We've got a lot of players who we've been doing a little bit of training with them, but they're relatively inexperienced. So hopefully we're going to have a lot of fun as we work through. Stay with us, chat in the comment, drop questions in there, and enjoy the show. But here we go. I think we're pretty much ready to go live to court. So this is our opening match of the tournament, and this is RGN Blades versus RGN Blades on red versus RAF esports on blue. So that's the opening of Pool A, the military pool. So RGN Blades are the more experienced team here, but that doesn't automatically mean they're going to win this. Good shielding from both sides. Getting covered positions. Nice snipe fire there from RGN Blades, getting the first point on the board. Good low play on the front line there from RGN. Taking those, both teams being very effective, getting rid of those shields and equalising there. RAF esports now moving ahead by a point. RGN on the back foot, but fighting back well, 3 points apiece. RGN now in the lead. 30 seconds played. Real good fast play from both sides here. Good use of the shields. RGN opening a bit of a lead, but RAF on a really good fight back here. RGN just about holding on to that lead to hit the halfway mark now. There's always 3 points available on the pitch because there's three opponents. So unless you hit a 4-point lead, that whole lead can be wiped off in a second. Really good aggressive play there from RGN, opening up a significant lead now on RAF esports. RAF esports team need to massively up their game here if they're going to get back in this fight. All matches today being played best of 3, so this isn't all and done for RAF esports. They get a chance to fight back in the next game and potentially take it to a third round decider. But that's a dominating finish there from RGN Blades, absolutely hammering the RAF team now. It's looking really, really even for the first half of the match. In the second half, RGN have absolutely piled the pressure on, stepped the speed up. That's a great result there from RGN Blades. 18 points to 9. Real strong win from there. So on the game stats there, as you're flowing through, you can see basically that's a chronological map. So showing you who scored what and when. We've got our MVPs by category, so we're looking there for the knockout count, the hit rate, shots fired, distance they moved. And that top player count is basically a value of basically who's the most valuable player on the pitch. And then we've got our stats there by player, breaking down, showing their individual accuracy, shots fired, distance moved, KOs scored, and obviously their KOs received. And obviously, what you want is a good ratio there. You want to landing more hits than you take. So teams now just having a quick breather, get themselves reset as we get ready to move around. So teams just currently just briefing with their respective coaches there, getting themselves ready for round 2. It's like Coach Ash is giving the RAF team some good pointers about how to pull this back for next round, because obviously they want to try and take this to a third round decider. So really nice play there for that opening game. Good fast gameplay from both sides, good shielding, really nice positioning. So looking really even for that first half of the game, up to about the 40-second mark, and then RGN Blades absolutely piling on the pressure and speed there, and just distancing themselves away from RAF esports very rapidly in those last like 30 seconds of the game there, as it all just escalated out. We quite regularly see this, that the early parts of games can be relatively paced, and then they massively accelerate as we go into the final sort of like 20 seconds or so. Right, let's get back to courtside. So round 2, can RAF esports take it to a third round decider, or RGN going to dominate and take their first match win? Good play movement from both sides. Nice evasion. RAF esports getting clipped badly there. First point on the board for RGN Blades, second point for RGN. Good point score there from RAF. We're back to that 2-2 we had about this stage last game. 3-3 as well. Teams keeping really well paced with each other here. Good movement both sides. Got to keep yourself mobile on the court. Now, big difference between these two teams. They're point scoring well together. They're both getting shields in nicely. But RGN Blades are using vertical avoidance as well. They're dropping low. We're not seeing that on the RAF esports. They're just working on left and right evasion, which limits a lot of your options. That being said, they're putting a fantastic fight back here. If they were actually willing to drop low as well to avoid those shots, I think they'd actually be in the lead at this stage. Single point lead for RGN Blades. RAF pulling it back again, 10 points or 11-10. Great work from both sides here. Absolutely neck and neck all the way through here. 20 seconds remaining. 12 points apiece. Great play. Neither team able to open any sort of distance up at this stage. This one could be absolutely going down to the wire. RGN Blades hammering in that pressure now in the last few seconds. Can RAF respond? 2-1, and that is game. RGN Blades, that's the first 2 games and the first match of the tournament here. Awesome play there from both teams. Really well done. Great movement, great energy, really good targeting, and a fantastic fight from RAF esports all the way through there. So that is our first two teams from Pool A. Military Pool stepping down, and now we have our first 2 streamer teams about to take court. So we have Hardly Athletic on red, featuring One-Handed Gamer, and Lawtender on blue. So these guys are obviously very experienced streamers and content creators. If you don't follow them already, shame on you. Go give them a follow. Same with TigressX, who's our third team that we're yet to see from the streaming pool. They've had a bit of training this morning to get their heads into how the sport works, how to move, how to function on the pitch. Be interesting to see how well they've taken those lessons from the coaches and what they can put into practice.
We're going to do a Ben interview.
All right, apparently we've got an interview coming in. Here we go.
Hello. How's it going?
We're going all right. So it's a really good first match there. RGN dominated completely in the second half of the first game. It was pretty even up to the 40-second mark. Second game though, absolutely neck and neck all the way down the line to about the last 10 seconds, and RGN absolutely piled on the pressure and pushed it ahead. It's a really good opening match. Lots of movement, good shielding, good firing, good evasion. Really nice game to watch. I've also got the first the matches from Pool B about to start now. So this is our streamer matches. So we've got the One-Handed Gamers team on red and Lawtender on blue to start us off. So both these guys have had a bit of training this morning, but they are all new to the sport. So it's very experienced content creators and gamers in their own right, but this particular game they're new to today, so it'll be interesting to see what tactics they bring to play and how they operate within it.
My score prediction for the game is 11-9 to the red team.
Going 11-9 to One-Handed Gamer.
One-Handed Gamer, okay. So I didn't know what teams they were on.
Well, I believe it's that. Well, it's Team Lawtender on blue, and it's Team Hardly Athletic featuring One-Handed Gamer on red.
Okay, good luck to both teams.
All right. So it looks like our teams are on court and pretty much ready to go. Just waiting for Coach Ash to finish the checks, make sure we are all good. Right, let's move back to courtside, and here we go. So first of the Pool B matches. So Hardly Athletic featuring One-Handed Gamer on red and Team Lawson on blue. Sorry, Team Lawtender on blue. Tripping over my old tongue already. That's not good. Here we go. Game on. Good shielding both sides to give them a bit of time to pace the other team out. First point on the blue, on the score there for Lawtender. Nice response there from Hardly Athletic. Single point in it now. Lawtender just onto a single point lead. Very little to play with. Good low movement there from the Lawtender team. Nice evasion on that front line. That front line position is always high risk. Obviously you've got limited time to spot the shot coming in, and ideally you want to be off left or right on that front line rather than in the centre, because centre catches all the crossfire that's going for your teammates. Great work for both teams here, coming up from the halfway mark. Hardly Athletic with a single point advantage at this stage. 30 seconds on the clock now. Lawtender pulling it back 6-all. Could really get rid of that shield. Nice shielding both sides. Great double shield wall on the back edge there from Hardly Athletic. Lawtender and Hard Athletic actually going point for point here, absolutely neck and neck. It's coming to his last few seconds. 10 seconds remaining. So One-Handed Gamer not realising there that he's trying to raise his shield, that's why he keeps looking down, but he's used all of his shield points. 2 points in it, 2, 1, and we are done. Match game one going to Hardly Athletic. Great bit of celebration going on court there. Yeah, Team Lawtender getting a bit of advice there from the coaches. Coaches just moving around, making sure everyone is good, prepped and ready for turnaround for the next game. So nice play all around there, good movement as well, especially for inexperienced players. So what we generally see on those stats, which is flicking up there, we'd want to hopefully see around 60 bullets fired. That'd be pretty good, and shots fired. Ideally somewhere in the sort of 30 to 50% accuracy. We'd like to see in that sort of level as well. And movement-wise, see people in early games, we don't tend to see a lot of movement. Maybe sort of 15 to 20 meters, but we're seeing above that in these games, which is really good for these creators who are new to the sport. Obviously what we'd like to see is more than that. Your ideal is sort of around 60 to 80 meters at this sort of level. That's where you got someone who's really getting their head into how to move around the space and operate. But good play from both sides there though, really well done. Obviously that first game has gone to Hardly Physical. Let's go back to court side. Let's see if Lawtender can take the second game, take it to a third round playoff. Here we go, game on. Single point lead for Lawtender at this stage. Nice shielding going in from Hardly Physical, but is it going to be enough to catch back up with Lawtender? Only 1 point in it, but Lawtender are very well. Nice shot there from Hardly Physical. Hardly Athletic. Right, 4 points apiece. 40 seconds remaining on the clock now. Lawtender with a single point lead at the moment here over Hardly Athletic. One-Handed Gamer on the front line there, doing a fantastic job. Sniping well into the Lawtender team. Great evasion, and a beautiful shot on the centre line there, and on Lawtender himself on the back left corner. 8 points apiece, 20 seconds remaining now. 9 points apiece. Another one's going right down to the wire. Can Lawtender pile on the pressure and pick up the pace here in the last 10 seconds? They've got a single point lead. All they've got to do is hold on to this lead for the next 5 seconds. Back to even. Lawtender take the point and Lawtender take the game. That is 1 game apiece. 1 game apiece. We're going to a third round decider. These two teams are really closely matched. Really good play there. Very nice even play both sides. Good shielding, good shooting, good movement. Given how limited their training's been experienced, their skills of the game is clearly coming through here in thoughts basically about tactics, aiming, motion, where to place the shields, timing. So great deal of their experience there coming through and helping them to move ahead. So another really great game there. Going to be fantastic to see how we go as we go through to the next sets of games, see if everything can manage to actually stay up at this level. Good movement, good shooting, really tight gameplay between these two teams. So at this point I don't think there's anything to choose really between Lawtender on blue and Hardly Athletic on red. They're absolutely it's going to go down to the wire. I wouldn't be surprised if it went to overtime. For those of you watching this for the first time, what happens in overtime? So we end the 80 seconds, both teams have got an even score. We get a 10-second countdown to get the breath back as we go into overtime, and then it's the first knockout scored on any player, which takes the match. So 1 score and that's it, you're good. For anyone who's going to be coming down here to Insomnia, come and see us at HADO. Here we go, back to court. So third round decider, here we are. Lawtender blue, Hardly Athletic red, featuring One-Handed Gamer there on the front line. First point to Lawtender. 10 seconds played. Just 1 point separating the teams again. Good shield walls going up there from Onehandedgamer and his teammates. Nice play. Use those shields well. They pulled it back to even. 4 points apiece. Nice mix of defensive play and evasion though from the Lawtender side, but it's not really getting them an edge here. The two teams still absolutely neck and neck at the halfway mark now. 6 points apiece. Really nice evasion work. Good movement, good cross movement from both sides. Both sides start to use a little bit of up and down motion as well. Up and down is much more effective than moving your target. So target moves with your head, and shifting high and low moves it much more efficiently than left and right in terms of getting out of the way of shots. 2 point lead here for Lawtender's team as we come into the last 10 seconds. 2 point lead. Can they hold on to it? Can Onehandedgamer pull this back? 3 seconds to go. 2, 1, and that is game. So 2 games to 1 in favour of Lawtender. First match, Pool B, goes to Team Lawtender. But really, really good play. Given how limited the experience specifically just of HADO is for those two teams, that was an amazing gameplay from both sides. Really, both of them showing their gamer roots and how they can be effectively applied to the sport of HADO. Really, really enjoyable play. Great game in both sides. Real big range you can see there on the stats on the movement, from 8 meters up to about 45. Range of accuracies as well. Red player 3 dominating there for their team. Blue 6 being the lead for their own as well. So great play both sides. Let's see where we're heading for next. So next up is our next Pool A match. So these are the military teams. So here we have the veteran gamers facing off against RAF esports. So these are the two, I suppose, sorry, skipped away from that video. So these are our two less experienced military teams, I suppose. Both very good though. So it'll be interesting to see how they play. Obviously we've not seen veterans yet. This is their first matchup. Following on from this, we will have TigressX facing off against Lawtender. So it'll be TigressX's first matchup and Lawtender's second and final. There's only 3 matches, 2 matches for each team in each pool. All played on best of 3 basis, and then we'll go from there. We'll take the winning team for each pool to face off against each other for military versus streamers, and see who is king of games. So teams just to get themselves prepped and ready now. Let's come back in. Got good crowd of teams and folks moving around. Here we go. So back onto court side. So teams just get themselves logged and ready. Because the real big difference here about HADO is obviously because it's in augmented reality. What you're seeing on the screen here is exactly what the players are seeing. They still see each other. The real world, everything is normal. But now with the graphics of HADO added into their environment with them. So the energy blast, the shields, the life markers. As it's been pointed out before, many times, if dodgeball was created by Marvel, it would be HADO. For anyone looking to get into the sport, follow us obviously on here, UK HADO, or UK HADO and in the socials to see what's going on about. And there are centres across the country from Brighton all the way up to Newcastle where you can come and train. But here we go. Let's get this game on. So, UVG, veteran gamers on red and RAF esports on blue. Nice low working evasion there from RAF team. Getting them an early point advantage there. 2 point lead, it's not a lot, but we've seen matches won by less than the 2 point lead. So, great play from both sides there. Good fight back from veteran gamers, pulling it back to 4 points apiece. RAF now edging ahead again, 2 point lead. There's always 3 points available though on the other side of the pitch. You've got to have 4 points lead at least to actually have any kind of breathing space between you and your opposition. Single point lead for RAF now, 40 seconds played. Really, really good work from the two teams here, absolutely neck and neck. 4 point lead for RAF now, really starting to open up. I mean, veterans team are playing really, really well with it. RAF just keeping that edge. still maintaining that 4-point lead, and that's a problem. You've got to keep your opponents within 3 points. The moment they get that 4-point advantage, catching them becomes very difficult. Veterans ready with the work out for here. 5 seconds now. This first match is going to go to RAF Esports. Really good play both sides. Again, as with so many of our matches, looking really even up to that halfway mark. And then one of the teams, piling the pressure on, upping the speed, and just moving away from the opposing team there. But great work from both sides there. Obviously, this is RAF Esports' second and final match in their pool. So they've currently got 1 loss. So they need to win this one, ideally, if they're going to come anywhere other than last. Got our teams there just being prepped and readied to come in for round 2. So another set of really good games there, which is fantastic to see. So we're going into the second match now, or second game of this match series. Obviously they're all played best of 3. So RF Esports can take the second one, they're going to take the match. Otherwise, obviously we're going to go to a third round cider if veteran gamers can take it. We'll be then moving through to our 4th match, which is TigressX versus Lawtender. It's going to be a really interesting game to see played. See, Lawtender have already had their first match. They've had that first step out into that environment. It's been the first time out onto the competitive court for TigressX and their team. They were looking really good in training earlier. It'll be interesting to see what they do as they enter the game field. So the team's just getting themselves prepped and ready now to go in for this second round. So RAF Esports are pretty much there. So our coach is just sorting out a couple of queries from one of the team members, and we'll get things up and running. I've got Pav sneaking around the edge of the table here.
Someone say Pav up there?
Right, mate, what do we know?
It's great. I mean, it's buzzing. Best way to explain it, buzzing like a broken fridge. It's a great tournament. The players, considering they've already had a couple of games of training.
Yeah, the first few games we've had so far have been really good. Tight play, fast, good movement, enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, they've picked up really well, and it's great gameplay, and it's exciting, the close games, so it makes it that kind of a little bit more edgy. So yeah, so far so good. See you soon.
Okay, so this weekend we are at the Insomnia Game Festival at the NEC. Show's also on tomorrow, so if you've not been down to it and looking for something to do for Easter Sunday, head down to the show, come play some HADO with us. But looks like we are ready to get round 2 on. Just waiting for our last players to get themselves logged in and ready. Here we go then, guys. Game on. Nice aggressive play there from both sides in the opening. Good shield on the front side here from Veterans. But first point's going to RAF. 2 points to nothing at this stage. Veterans need to get a point on the board. Nice time on those shieldings there from RAF, but Veterans still manages to land that score on the centre player. Really nicely done. Single point lead still for RAF Esports here. Still on that single point. Good scores both sides. Veterans starting to fight back now, pulled it back to evens, coming up on the halfway mark. Double point, triple point hits there going in from RF Esports. Good shielding on the centre, really holding back that counter attack from the Veterans. 3 point lead now to RF Esports. Veterans closing it down to a 2, closing it down to 1. Can they catch them? There's plenty of time left on the clock. They've not allowed them to get that 4 point lead that they did last game, keeping RAF easily within striking distance. They've pulled it back, 9 points apiece. 15 seconds on the clock. This is absolutely neck and neck. Great work. Right, final 10 seconds is normally where we see that real sort of step up in momentum from the teams and speed. 12 points apiece. Beautiful one-shot takedowns both sides there. 13-12. Last fraction of a second. Veterans take the second game. We are going to a third round decider. Lovely play there from the teams. Really, really well done. That's it. Cheers for the support, Jarvis. Keep it going. Teams are doing absolutely fantastically here. Really, really close games all the way around. So, going to this third round decider now. So, third round decider, as I said, coming in now for these two teams. So, this is both teams looking for their first wins of the tournament. But Veterans have got another match to go after this. They're going to be facing off against RGN Blades in 2 matches' time. And this is the second and final game for RAF Esports. As we're running in 2 pools of 3 teams, so each team playing 2 matches, and then the lead winning team from each then going through to a final playoff between. So nice, quick. Everything should be operating fairly smoothly. And yeah, so this is now our third round decider, so it's the final game of this matchup. And then following after this, we have TigressX versus Lawtender. Looks like our teams are just about ready. The coach is just getting them, making sure that everyone's good and prepped. Let's go back to courtside. Okay, both teams looking ready. Here we go. Game on. Down to the wire. Last game. This could be literally anyone's match. 2 teams are really, really evenly matched here. First points on the board for RAF Esports. Two-point lead to RAF. Veterans are on the board. But 3-point lead to RAF at this stage. Veterans have got to close that down and fast. They cannot allow them to get that 4-point lead again. Nice work there from Veterans, closing that gap down to a single point now. RAF slightly trying to open that, spacing up again, but Veterans holding them down, going point for point here. Nicely done, just past the halfway mark, just a single point in it. Veterans pulling it back level again. Good work both sides, nice side-to-side evasion. Good shielding on the front corners there from both sides. RAF just with a 2-point advantage here at the 22nd mark. Veterans starting to close that down again though. Can they pull it back? RAF extending out to a 3-point, back to 2-point. Great work from the Veterans. Beautiful work from the Veterans. They're pulling back 13 points apiece. Coming to the last 5 seconds. RAF with a score. Is that going to be enough? 2-point score. That could be too much at this stage. RAF Esports take it. 16 points to 4. Really, really great gameplay. Blue player 4 there, hammering those shots in, as you can see on the chronological map there in the last couple of seconds, winning the game for RAF Esports. Really, really good play there. Great work from both teams. So that's now RAF Esports and RGN Blades both will win to their names now in the military pool. Veterans to face off against RGN Blades as will be the final matchup in that pool. But before then, obviously, we have TigressX versus Lawtender. So this should be a really interesting matchup. Obviously, this is the second matchup now for Lawtender. The first round in for TigressX and her team. So teams just starting to make their way out onto court now to get themselves kitted, prepped and ready. So Lawtender's team getting themselves kitted, TigressX just sorting themselves out on the sidelines before getting ready to enter the field. So as we see it, we saw Lawtender's team, Lawtender playing that first match of this pool. Really, really good play between themselves and Onehandedgamer's team, Hardly Athletic. Be interesting to see how TigressX plays. Obviously, both those teams, new to sport, bring a lot from their respective gaming backgrounds in terms of the tactics, gameplay, and positioning, and that was clearly really working for them. Tigress, we know, operates more in VR, but very, very physical things like Beat Saber. So it'd be interesting to see how that sort of that sort of gaming experience things translates through into the AR environment. Obviously, it's got that physicality and movement within HADO that she's used to and what she normally covers. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how that works through. So our team's now just getting themselves prepped up and ready on court there. Massive amounts of machine gun fire coming from the right hand side. There's a huge battle going on the escape stand next to us. So for anyone who's not been to Insomnia, it is very, very cool. There's a lot of different gaming opportunities, retro gaming, latest, all the way through to the latest computer trends, and obviously HADO, as well as HADO VR and lots of other things too. So no, looking really good. It's a lot to play with, a lot to do. So let's go back to courtside though, so we hear about the HADO. So this is TigressX on red, Lawtender on blue. Game on. Got TigressX off on captain on the front right here, Lawtender on the far left, upper left. Good early motion and movement there from both teams. Lawtender getting a slight lead here in the early stages. TigressX team fighting back well though. Good shield use from both sides. I think that extra match experience is showing for Lawtender though. Team's jumping ability very, very rapidly during HADO, especially during their early games. So already having had that one round on the court, that extra bit of match experience is definitely going to be helping the Lawtender team out here. Good snipe shots there coming in from TigressX on the front edge. Pull it all back now. 2 points in it, 30 seconds to play. Still anybody's game. Nice snipe shots there from TigressX on the front side. Lawtender doing well on his side as well. 2 points in it now. 15 seconds remaining. TigressX have flipped this and they're taking the lead. 10 seconds remaining. Just 1 point. Smashing their way through those that centre shield block that Lawtender put in the way. Single point. 16 points apiece. 17-16. TigressX takes it by a single point in the dying seconds of the match there. Great performance in their opening game. So that is the first game of this best of 3 series to TigressX. Good accuracy, good KO counts, great movement. Shots fired is pretty good as well, so we want to see around 60 mark on that, so that's pretty good. Across the board, very, very good play from both sides there. Really good overall setting out. Maneuverability, evasion. So, team's just having a quick breather, get themselves turned around and ready for next match. So, really, really good play there. Obviously, at early stage of that match, Lawtender team seeming to really have an advantage from that early experience they'd had, starting to push ahead up to about the halfway mark, and then TigressX's team absolutely hammering back into it. Really, really great to see that. Not being put on the back foot in any way by that early pressure from Lawtender, hammering their way back into it, back to even, and then through to take the game. So, second game of this series about to start now, and so TigressX take this, they take the match. Lawtender have got to take 2 games in a row now in order to get back into this. Lawtender obviously going to be really wanting to do that, so it'll be interesting to see how they go. Here we go then, game 2. Nice early movement both sides, good shielding work there from Lawtender, but single points apiece. 1 point lead now for Lawtender, 2 point lead. Again, this is following fairly similar pattern to what we saw in the first game. It's early pressure and lead from the Lawtender team. Can TigressX do it again though, pull it back, take that advantage away from them. A couple of good scores there going in from both sides. TigressX starting to pull that lead back. Lawtender fighting desperately to hold on to it. 40 seconds remaining. 5 point lead for Lawtender. That's really dangerous. 6 point lead now. 5. This lead's extending more and more now. This is dangerous for Tigress and the team. They've got to really, really hammer the pressure in here. They've got a huge amount of work to do to cover that gap. It's an 8 point lead, 9 point. Lawtender's team absolutely dominating this second game. 10 seconds remaining. There's going to be too big a gap for TigressX and Clean to close up at this stage. We're going to be going through to a third round decider. Really great play both sides. Dominating performance there though from Lawtender in that second game. Again, fairly even up towards that halfway, and then just absolutely exploding out from Lawtender's team. A huge amount of pressure, great gameplay, good crossfire, good shield positioning, just keeping TigressX team on the back foot the whole time, keeping that pressure up, never really allowing them to get back in the game once they'd established that lead. So that is one game apiece in this match, going through to a third round decider, which is always exciting. Let's see if we can get an overtime. I mean, so it was close in that first game, but that second game, Lawtender absolutely dominating. Really got the momentum going, got TigressX team on the back foot, really not allowing them to get back into the game at all. TigressX, if they want to take this third game, they're going to have to come out much more aggressively. They were very passive during the early stages of both those games, and although they managed to turn it around game one, they got punished for it game two. So they've got to come out a lot more energy, a lot more aggression in the gameplay, really focused on what they're doing if they want to try and get this, if they want to take this third round decider game and take the match. Here we go, players are ready. Here we go, game 3. Great early work there from TigressX, 3-0, 4-0 on this opener. Coming out absolutely spitting fire here. Great work. Can Lawtender pull this back? They're clearly on the back foot here. Good centre shields there. Is that going to give them time to regroup and put that pressure back on the TigressX team? TigressX holding a 6-point lead here though, so we approach the halfway mark. It's a lot of work for Lawtender to do. That was a fantastic open for the Tigress team. Really taking the control of the initiative, taking control of this match. 7-point lead here. Huge amount of work to do in these final 30 seconds for Lawtender. 10-point lead with 20 seconds. Gonna need something amazing from the Lawtender team here. TigressX not letting them back in the game though, keeping that pressure on, keeping them moving. 9 points on. Great shield position there from Lawtender, but it's too little too late. There's no way that's going to be able to give them the chance to get those points back on the board. Dominating performance in the third and final game there from TigressX. Really good gameplay. Absolutely knocking Lawtender back on the back foot straight off the get-go, holding the initiative all the way through that game. Really well played. So that is the second match of Pool B, taken and held by TigressX. So we have one more match in Pool B to go. So Hardly Athletic featuring Onehandedgamer versus TigressX. But before we get there, we have our third and final match from the military teams. So this is veteran gamers about to face off against RGN Blades. So awesome gameplay there. Very even first game. Lawtender dominating game 2, and then TigressX actually coming out, with all guns blazing, literally in that third round there. Controlling initiative, dominating the game, holding the Lawtender team really on the back foot all the way through. Every time they try to bring shields up or anything else, give themselves a little bit of breathing space, just smashing straight through it. Very good gameplay from them. Going to be fantastic to see how that final tournament match between TigressX and Hardly Athletic with Onehandedgamer play through for the finale of that pool stage. So we are now moving through to this is our final set of military teams moving on to court now. So we have veteran gamers on red and we have RGN Blades on blue. Okay, so Teams just getting themselves prepped and ready. Just waiting for teams to get themselves logged in. So let's move back over to courtside. Okay, so RGN Blades with the one match win under the belts at this stage. They're more experienced of the two teams, but both teams definitely more than capable of winning this here. So it's good. The coach is just getting every set and ready, make sure all the kits are cleanly in place. So all our RGN players are ready. Just getting the last of the veterans logged in. So just getting the login element sorted for last one of our veteran players. Here we go, game on. So game one of the final match of the military pool. RGN Blades with a single point lead at this stage. Veterans doing well. Looking like we might have a technical issue on one of the veteran players. It's looking like centre red veteran player that's not been registered, so we're going to need to restart this game. And there you have the fun of live broadcast. So we had one player there who tracking hadn't registered in cleanly, so therefore it's obviously not a fair game. So we're going to restart and replay that match. Make sure everyone's logged in cleanly. So this is veteran gamers on red versus RGN Blades on blue. Players just get themselves logged back in. Make sure everyone's properly registered through this time. There we go. Now it looks like all three of the veteran players now properly logged. RGN players logged as well, and we are all good to go. Right, here we go. Okay guys, so we are just finishing sorting out elements of our final player there. Here we go.
I'm right at the back.
Here we go, game on. Good shields both sides. First points on the board for RGN Blades. Nice return there from the vets. Just 1 point in it for RGN. Two-point lead now for RGN Blades. Seeing how dangerous it is once teams start to get some momentum going. Veterans need to start pulling this back early. Can't let RGN start to move away from them. Got to hold them within of a couple of points. Five-point lead for RGN here. Coming up on 30 seconds remaining. This is dangerous for the Vets. They've got to start landing some serious points here. 6-point lead now for RGN. Seconds remaining. We're dominating, controlling play from RGN here. Vets just not able to get back into it. And of course a barrel roll there from Kato. Everyone's got to have a signature move. Now, unfortunately, just too much pressure there from RGN. Open that gap with the Veterans team. Veterans are unable to pull it back at that point. So nice play there. Good work, both teams. Good shielding position for the Veterans team, but RGN just putting too much pressure on, opening that score gap. The Veterans just unable to get the take back initiative there in any way and get those points on the board to close that gap down. So going through to the second game of this series now, and Shamai's coming on camera again. Now realising he's on camera.
What's up, everyone?
So, how's it going?
Going all right.
Going all right? Yeah. So some fantastic games this side. Yeah. Nice. Really close.
17-16 or something like that.
Yeah. So lots of them going to third round decider. So for inexperienced players, as obviously not the military teams, but the streamers are really good, showing how well they can take that gaming knowledge and apply it in the sport of HADO.
That's good. Yeah. These are improving. We do work, so it's all good.
Yeah. Nice. We're going really well.
Yes, good.
Yeah. How's stuff going on the public court? All good.
It's going good. We're busy, but it's what we want. Just take it through very nicely. Yeah. There's actually some good gameplay on the public court as well, so we're happy.
Awesome. All right. Looks like we're ready to go back to the game court.
Okay.
Catch you soon, mate.
See you later.
So here we go. Game 2. Early points on the board there for RGN Blades. Veterans really need to get hold of the initiative here. Get rid of those blue shields and get some points on the board. Don't worry about shielding themselves. I think there's too much thought going into defence from the Veterans team, not enough into actually getting some points on the board here. Points are on the board for Veterans, but they've got a long hill to climb. A 7-point difference as we pass the halfway mark. Huge amount of work needs to be done for the Veterans team to pull this back. 30 seconds remaining now. 9-point lead. Veterans really in trouble here. RGN absolutely controlling this game from start to finish. Great play from both sides. Veterans starting to fight back now, putting some more points on the board, but that is a massive score gap. And with only 8 seconds remaining, this is going to be an RGN second game and match win. So that is RGN with 2 match wins and therefore the winner of the military team pool. Next up we have TigressX versus Hardly Athletic. And again, I believe this will then decide Pool B. So we'll get our 2 finalists. So our first finalist is RGN Blades, and in a few minutes we'll be able to find out who they'll be facing in the finals. So really good work from both teams there, but RGN Blades just absolutely controlling that game start to finish. Veterans putting in an amazing job trying to fight back against it, but just too much pressure, too much firepower coming in from the RGN team. Really well organised work from them there. So we've got our teams getting prepped up now. Okay, just doing a quick equipment swap round. Make sure everything stays good for our last couple of matches. So we have, I believe it's TigressX coming in on red with Hardly Athletic featuring Onehandedgamer on blue. So, and this is obviously for the decisive match that will control basically who goes through from this to the pool stages. Oh, sorry, pool stages, out the pool stages into the final. Just keeping an eye on the teams to get themselves prepped and ready to go back on court. So at this stage, obviously TigressX have a match win and Lawtender have a match win within this pool. Hardly Athletic are yet to gain one. So if TigressX take this match, they win the pool straight out. If Hardly Athletic win this match, then it will go down to a points decider between the three teams, and they'll each have one match win. At which point, what we do is we look at the total number of points that the teams have scored, and the team who's scored the most points across their games will take the game through. Any matches have gone, as some of us have, to third round deciders. What we do there to keep it fair against two game matches is the odd man out match, odd man out game. So if, for example, if red team won 2 games and blue team won 1 game, you discount the game that blue team won from everyone's points totals, because that's the odd man out, and you just take the points totals from the 2 games that were won by red team to win that match. Which hopefully makes sense. But as I said, if TigressX win this, we won't have to do complicated maths. If Hardly Athletic win this, we will need to do complicated maths. But obviously, Lawtender beat Hardly Athletic, Tigress beat Lawtender, so the odds are in TigressX's favour. But that's never a guarantee on the day. It is only 80 seconds a game. One mistake, and that can be enough to flip it towards in someone's favour. It's one of the great bits about HADO, just how quick and fast everything can turn round, and how those score lines can shift quite so rapidly. So thank you very much for all those who've been watching with us. Hope you've been enjoying it. There's been really good set of matches. Very, very close gameplay all the way through. So as I said, we've got our first finalist, which is RGN Blades. TigressX take this, they'll be meeting RGN in the finals. Otherwise, we'll have to do a quick bit of maths if Hardly Athletic take it, to see basically which of our streamer teams is going to work through. So obviously Lawtender to still be in with a chance for the final. I'm assuming going to be rooting for Hardly Athletic in order to keep themselves in. Obviously TigressX taking this match will remove both Lawtender and Hardly Athletic from the running. So teams just getting themselves kitted and ready. So they shift back to courtside while they're getting themselves prepped. So nice play all around. So it's been really good atmosphere with the folks bouncing through. And I said thanks for keeping us sort of company online as we've been bouncing through it. I've got a Ben wants to come and talk.
I think it's just this line over.
Here we go. So teams now said just getting themselves prepped and ready. Coach is just making sure that everyone's geared up and good to go. Now, said if you're coming down to Insomnia, come see us at the HADO stand. We'll get you on court. You get to come and see what it's all about. If not, we've got obviously, please stay with the channel. There's around another 30 UK sanctioned matches to go across this season, all the way through to the UK Championships out in November. If you'd like to get involved in the sport, drop us a message to UK HADO. We can tell you where your nearest location is to come and experience it for yourselves. Maybe start a team, start training, get into tournament. It is a huge amount of fun. Locations exist currently in going from south to north, Brighton, Maidenhead, Coventry, Barnsley, Newcastle, and also with the RAF themselves. So if you happen to have access to any of those facilities related to those or near, let us know. Or if you think HADO looks like something amazing and it should be in your area, drop us a message as well. We'll see what we can do to get a facility open closer to you. Well, our teams look like they're most of the way ready now, so let's go have a look at court. Yep, looks like we are pretty much good to go. So, TigressX on red versus Hardly Athletic on blue. Here we go. final match of the pool stages. Game 1. Good opening shields both sides. Nice hit there though from RD Athletic. And good response from Tigress. Ooh. Oh. So got a tracking error on head start, so we'll be resetting that game. Oh, the constant joy of live things. Okay, so players just getting logged. So the way it works and why we're having a little bit of trouble on that is the headsets themselves. They lock. Obviously, you can see there's a blue HADO banner behind the red team. There's a matching red HADO banner, and those banners on them have got a series of markers hidden in the artwork, and that's how the headsets track. And occasionally, if someone logs themselves in before the headset's got the tracking locked in place, then it can cause issues at the start of the game, which is why we've had a couple of moments there where we've needed to get things sorted. But now it looks like we've got all of our players actually logged and ready. Here we go. Right, let's try this again. Game 1, final match. First points on the board there for Tigress. Good shield play both sides, really slowing down the scoring opportunities for their opponents. Good response there from Hard Athletic. 2 points apiece. Nice way, both sides. Good point for point here. 4 points apiece now. 30 seconds played. Teams absolutely holding each other point for point here, all the way down the line. Really, really good balanced gameplay. TigressX just edging ahead now. 2 point lead. 30 seconds remaining. Great fight back from Hard Athletic there, pulled that lead back and flipped it. 2 point lead to on the blue side now. 20 seconds remaining. Tigress fighting straight back again, flipping the scoreline round. This could literally be anyone's matchup. These two teams are so closely played on each other. Great movement, great shooting both sides. Tigress with a 2 point lead. 3, 2, 1. Game 1 goes to Tigress. So that is game 1 gone to TigressX. So they take the second game, they're in the final. Hard Athletic need to win 2 games on the trot in order to try and block them from that place in the final matchup. So really nice play there, absolutely down to wire. Saying that given that both Lawtender, Onehandedgamer, Tigress, they're all completely new to the sport of HADO, but their skills from their careers as gamers really come to the fore here, showing how they can apply those tactics, those ideas, that sort of placement around the pitch, aiming, all of it, and bring it into the technical sport of HADO, doing phenomenally well for their first ever tournament here. Really great gameplay. We normally don't see anything like this level of movement, accuracy, score, especially not the shield usage as we're seeing here. So really great games. Here we go. Let's get ready. Game 2. TigressX are potentially 80 seconds away from the finals. One point apiece. Teams absolutely going down to the wire here. (3-2). TigressX just a single point lead. Good shielding in both sides, slowing down the play from their opponents. TigressX starting to open a lead now. 4 points. That's really dangerous for Hard Athletic. They've got to shut that lead down. 40 seconds on the clock. Time's there to do it, but they've got to put some serious work in now. They've got to get control of this match back, get the initiative back. You can see them being pushed back onto the back line there. When you get driven back onto that back wall, your dodging options get taken away from you. just that incoming barrage of fire, just psychologically pushing them back there. Great movement forward from One-Handed Gamer. It is difficult to do that under fire, but just not enough. That absolute barrage of shots coming from Tigress, just giving the One-Handed Gamer and his team no opportunity to get back into this match at all. Phenomenally aggressive play from them, the TigressX team there. Really great finish, dominating performance there. 22 points to 7. And TigressX is through to the final. So it is TigressX versus RGN Blades in the final match. So really, really good play there. Absolutely dominating performance from the TigressX team. Obviously the those many hours on Beat Saber, 100% being applicable to gameplay in HADO. Really great to see the way they're working with this. So, set our final matchup now: RGN Blades versus TigressX. RGN Blades are a long-standing, they're an experienced team. So there's a lot. So they've got, you'd expect them to have the edge on TigressX, but they're sort of the pressure, the aggression we saw there from TigressX team. That you never know, that may be enough. That was really good to see from them. And it's going to be interesting to see how these teams match up. So, TigressX just played a match. They're just getting their breath back, getting some refreshment before they move back onto court for the finals against RGN Blades. So our team's having a bit of a debrief and a decompress. RGN Blades now moving up onto court. So RGN Blades, I'm assuming, will be moving up onto the blue side, and TigressX remaining on red. But I'll just wait to get confirmation of that from Coach Ash. But that looks like where we're going to go. Okay, so teams just having a final bit of tactical chat, working out which members of their squads, as both teams there have got substitute players available to them, are going to be taking the field for the final. So, RGN, they've got tournament experience, they've got match experience, they've been playing HADO for quite some time now. But that TigressX team, the aggression, the mobility, everything they've been showing in these matches, especially that final one there against Hard Athletic, this could be interesting. The RGN team have certainly got their work cut out for them here if they want to try and hold off this TigressX team in the final. So teams now, as I said, just in that sort of final chat and discussion, so they decide which player is going to be taking the field for this final round. So looks like RGN Blades are on court now and getting themselves kitted up. TigressX and a team just in that final discussion for which players are taking the front line or taking the court for this final matchup. Okay then. So our team's just getting themselves logged. We said RGN Blades pretty much good to go. TigressX team just getting themselves re-kitted and ready for this final round. So I see both teams at this stage undefeated within their respective pools. Both teams have worked really well on this, on the whole sort of strategy and tactics of grabbing initiative early on in the game, opening up a points lead and holding on to it. Both seem to have fair, and both been really good on their shield placements as well. So on the basics of gameplay and strategy, there's not a great deal between the two, necessarily between the two groups. May just come down to experience on RGN side, but we've definitely seen that the game streamers have got a lot of transferable skills here, and we've seen that across all the matches they've played in. So this may not be as simple as it seems for RGN Blades. Right. Team's just about ready. So just waiting now while the last bit of kitting up is done, getting themselves logged and prepped. Words of encouragement from various people to both teams there as they get ready for this final match. looks like we are RGN are all good to go. Just a second. Okay, so we've got 2 of our 3 TigressX players are good to go. Just sorting out the last of our RGN players. Right, so just waiting for, want to make sure everything's set, prepped, locked in, 100% ready for this final. Our coach is just doing a sort of double and triple check on everything before they begin. Right then, so looks like we're pretty much there. Let's go back to courtside check. It's more interesting to watch to my face anyway. There we go. Yep, looks like all our players are checked and ready. Here we go. Game on. So game 1 of the finals. Nice open play both sides. First point on the board there for RGN. Can Tigress get a point, get a score back? Got to pull this back, stop RGN opening a kind of lead. Nice work there. Points on the board. Tigress have pulled it back to 2 points apiece, 3 points apiece. Good work. Can they keep that aggression going? Got to keep that aggression going that we've seen in their earlier matchups if they're going to be able to really sort of match up here against RGN. Good shield work there from RGN. Tigress really needs to get rid of that centre shield. It's locking down too many of their firing options at this stage. 3 point lead for RGN. Tigress needs to get some more points on the board here. And need to get them in quick. Holding a 2 point lead still. 1 point lead now for RGN. Can Tigress get that next score? 20 seconds remaining on the clock here. Tigress need to keep themselves mobile. 2 points quickly on the board. They'll into a 3 point lead for RGN. RGN still holding that 3 point lead. 10 seconds. Tigress need quick points here. RGN scoring fast though, coming to those last few seconds. This is going to be an RGN win in game 1. But they had to work for that seriously. For given the different experience between the 2 teams, that was an amazing performance from the TigressX. Really, really great gameplay there. 6 point difference, but pushing them all the way down and holding them at even for quite a lot of the match. Really, really good play, especially given the difference in experience between the 2 teams here. So we're going to be turning that round and going to our second match. Obviously, RGN take this second game. They win the tournament. Tigress got to take this game and then the third round decider. But from what we saw there, they've absolutely got the capacity to do that. All they've got to do is keep that momentum going, really keep hold that initiative, keep pushing through, and there's every chance they could take the next game from RGN. It's just that bit more confidence, a bit more aggression in the way they're going. A couple of points there. The RGN shields were allowed to stay up for too long. Those shields, they really cut down your choices of your field of fire, but they only take 3 shots to destroy them. So if that shield's up, just hammer it with shots, punch your way through, open the game field up again. Shields are a very finite resource. Each player can only raise 3 in total during the course of the match, so there's no reason not to just destroy them and get rid of them as fast as you can. You don't want to be basically having your firing options limited. You definitely don't want someone to be able to stand behind your shield and snipe at your positions while they're doing it. Here we go. Looks like everyone is good to go. Let's get ready for game 2. Here we go. Game on. Good opening shields there from Tigress. Can they capitalise on it? Get points on the board before the shields drop? Yes, they can. First point for Tigress. Good shield positions there from both sides. RGN still to get a point on the board. Tigress doing really well at getting rid of the shields this time around. RGN with their first point. 1 point apiece. Coming up on 30 seconds played. Another point, 2 points on now for RGN. RGN's starting to open the lead now. Tigress have got to shut this down really early on. They cannot allow RGN to get a lead. Excellent work there. Flip the score around. Single point lead now at the halfway mark. 2 point lead now for Tigress. 30 seconds remaining. Can they keep this pressure going? RGN are fighting back like crazy here. Great movement from the RGN team, but Tigress still managed to find their mark. 20 seconds on the clock now, just 1 point between the two teams. RGN have pulled about level again. Tigress have got to keep this going. 2 point lead now. Great shield there in the center, really shutting down the options for RGN in the last few seconds of the game. 5 seconds now. Even though Kato got that barrel roll in, it's just not going to be enough. And that is a win to TigressX in game 2. We're going to a third round decider. 13 points to 9 in the second game. Really, really good gameplay there from the TigressX team. Wow. Okay, so that first match, look at RGN were, they were overall the more experienced team, controlling it well, even at the start. But then once they put the pressure on, they actually controlled it, smashed it, and dominated it. But that second game, again, when we've seen some of the earlier matches on the TigressX team coming out, all guns blazing, everything they've got, really, really pushing from the get-go, getting that early points lead on there, and every time that RGN starts to catch them up, again flipping the scoreline round, and then then piling that pressure on in the sort of like dying sort of like 10-15 seconds of the match, and moving that scoreline out of RGN's reach to take the second game. So that's 1 game apiece in the final. We're moving to a third round decider match here. So really, really good tight gameplay from the teams here. I couldn't honestly tell you who's going to win the final. So that's what we like. We like games where we're not receiving it straight off. So just waiting now for the teams to get themselves logged. Here we go, guys. Third and final game. One way or another, we get ourselves a winner here. Tigress going for those early shields again. Worked really well for them last game. Shields both sides. No score yet. 15 seconds played. First point to Tigress. 20 seconds remain. 20 seconds played. Second point to Tigress. RGN still to go on the board. There they are. 2 points to 1 now. Can Tigress maintain this points lead? Good shield wall in the center there from Tigress. Really, really making it hard for the RGN team. Locking down all their center fire options there. 2 point lead to Tigress. Halfway mark now. Really good aggressive play from the Tigress team. Forcing RGN onto the back wall here. RGN team finding it really hard to get back into this game. Under 30 seconds now, 3 point lead, 4 point lead for Tigress. That is a huge amount of work for RGN to do at this stage. 20 seconds left on the clock now. That looks like it's pretty much all the TigressX shields out. There's only 1 shield remaining on per team now. TigressX doing everything they can to hold on to that lead. 1 point in it now, 5 seconds. 10 points apiece, 3, 2, 1. Draw. We are going to an overtime. So 10 seconds for each team to get their breath back. 10 seconds to get their breath back. First score on any player. So first point landed wins the match and the final. Here we go. Oh, and it's RGN Blades in overtime. Blue player 4 there, taking the game, the match and the tournament for RGN Blades. Really, really great gameplay there. Fantastic work from both sides, especially from the TigressX team, given that this is their first ever time playing HADO, let alone playing competitively. So to be able to take a team like RGN down to an overtime decider in the third round of the final, that was amazing gameplay from them. So thank you for joining us, guys. I hope you've really, really enjoyed it. That was some amazing matches from these different teams here. If you're interested in coming down to Insomnia, you're around this weekend, come see us on HADO stand. We'll get you on court, give you a try. If not, there's plenty. Drop us a message via UK HADO, and we'll find you your nearest courts and start getting to the court team and playing. Make sure you've liked, subscribed, all those good things on the channel for future matches, and we will see you there. Thank you very much for being with us, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it.